Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies who value their unique skills. Founded in 1908, James Madison University is a public university located in Virginia's beautiful Shenandoah Valley. Here they offer 130 plus programs of study and award baccalaureate, master's educational specialist, and doctorate degrees. But most importantly, they create a welcoming home and environment for veteran students and their families.
James Madison University is a public university in Virginia. We're named for the father of the U.S. Constitution, James Madison, and that means something in our DNA. We have 22,000 students, of whom about 20,000 are undergraduates. So we have a full array of different academic programs, all of the STEM disciplines, that's science, technology, engineering, and math, but also the liberal arts, the arts. So it's a broad array of different academic programs. We've come a long way since 1908 when we were founded as an all-women's teachers college. We, of course, have been fully coeducational for a long time now, and we've moved up to now being considered a national research university. More and more, the university is known all across the country and more across the world.
When I graduated from my master's, I sought out the Civil Engineer Corps in the Navy. I only had a chance to spend 5 years there, but it was great. I learned a lot. I got a chance to do construction management, which is my field, a lot earlier than my peers. It was an amazing experience.
I served in the United States Coast Guard for 4.5 years, in the reserves for 2 years, and I'm currently in the graduate program for school psychology at James Madison University.
I'm the dean of the graduate school. We have about 2,000 graduate students. We have programs that are graduate certificates through master's programs, doctoral programs, and PhDs.
We are so excited to be able to welcome the Virginia Department of Veteran Services right here on campus in what we call our Valor space for veterans and students who have military ties and their families. It's great to have these folks right here because that means that our own veterans and military dependent students, as well as veterans from the community, will be able to come here and not have to travel to other cities to hear about their benefits and other support services that they might need. So it's a great opportunity to bring people together right here on campus to show that support for these military families and people who've given so much to our country. And I think for the rest of our students to see that presence right here on campus is also going to be really exciting.
JMU Valor is an on-campus resource center for anybody military connected, so that's veteran, active duty, reserve, dependents, and opening it up to that entire community, I think really allows us to let people come in and establish those relationships, connect with each other, because for some of us that wore a uniform or other people that, are supporting those who have worn a uniform, we have similar experiences.
When I think about the future possibilities for JMU graduates, including our veterans and military dependent students, there are a plethora of possibilities. We prepare them with the life skills that they need to adapt to the changing needs of the 21st century. So a big part of the education here is to develop those skills in communications and ethical reasoning, teamwork, leadership, resilience in overcoming obstacles, and problem solving that we know will translate into careers that haven't even been invented yet.
One of the big things is, and maybe just education anywhere, is that, that first year coming out when you're transitioning from, that military world back into civilian world, I think you got to be patient with yourself and also curious for, maybe some of the feelings, some of the things you go through, and although it may, feel unique to yourself, other people have most likely experienced it, and they're here for you to connect with and be able to reach out for help when you need it, and just know to give yourself that time and that space to readjust as you come back to school. And it's worth it. Keep going.
The thing that is the most important word, I would say, is to remember. Remember that you know how to go through things that are difficult. Remember that you know how to be disciplined. Remember that you know how to advocate for yourself. Remember that you know how to form a mission and put the steps together so that you can meet that mission.
From its humble beginnings over 75 years ago, Karl Storz has remained a family-owned business while becoming a global leader in minimally invasive surgery technology. With an impressive past and a brilliant future ahead, they offer transitioning veterans exceptional career opportunities right now.
Karl Storz is a family-owned company that employs 8,800 people in more than 40 countries worldwide. Karl Storz Endoscopy America has 1,600 employees working either remotely or near one of their main offices in California, Texas, and Massachusetts. Whether it's ear, nose, and throat, anesthesiology, pediatrics, or urology, their cutting-edge 3D and 4K visualization solutions provide surgeons with pristine image quality so they can make the best decisions for their patients.
Our fully integrated rooms and portable visualization solutions actually help capture data in real time and share it across different care sites, whether you're in the hospital, outside the hospital, so that you can actually take care of the patient through that whole continuum. We don't stop there. Our field service technicians and our service teams are available 24 hours to help our surgeons and our care providers care for their patients and make the best decision for their patients. I'm very excited about what we do here at Karl Storz and what the future holds for us.
My name is Dewan D. Laurie. I'm the Manager of Logistics and Distribution here at Karl Storz. I've worked with Karl Storz for a year. I'm also retired U.S. Army. I retired as a Master Sergeant after 26 years.
I'm Amy Jeans. I've worked for Karl Storz for 2 years now. I am a Customer Success Manager for the West Coast for OR1 with Karl Storz. I was in the Army prior to this and was in the Army for 5 years active duty, got out as a Army captain.
My name is Matt Hopper. I've been with Karl Storz since 1995, 28 years as either an account executive in sales or my current role in the last 6 years as a VHA corporate accounts manager for the west area of the country. I served in the U.S. Navy for 5 years at the rank of a petty officer HM3.
So my job, I'm here at Karl Storz. I am a logistics and distribution manager. We do production in this facility, and my customers are hospitals around the United States. I joined the military. I love being on a team, the camaraderie, and I also needed purpose. I needed something to live or die for, and I've no better place than the U.S. military. I needed it more than it needed me. And the adventure. I like the adventure. Jumping out of planes, shooting guns, visiting other countries on assignment.
So I went to the military academy when I was 18, right out of high school. It was interesting. It wasn't a path that I had always dreamed about. Many people that go to military academies either have some sort of influence, they've dreamed about it, it's their goal. I just kind of happened to stumble upon it. I knew I wanted to do something more, and I wasn't gonna find that if I just went to a normal college.
My passion for military medicine started when I was 20 years old, when I went into the Navy and decided to take the path of what they offered for medicine. It opened a world that I had never been exposed to. If you think about the care that they're providing, whether it be to active duty or retired veterans, it's incredibly important to have passion behind that, because those are the men and women who are basically allowing us to live the lives that we live.
Karl Storz looks for values of leadership skills, collaboration, right, commitment to the patient, to the surgeon, to the physician. Those are the values that every veteran stands for. So that's what actually makes it a very, very positive mesh for them to come and work with us.
And they're part of a team.
Very much.
And they're driven to get something done, to get over the barrier, to drive the result. And so we really like that drive and focus.
I think being deployed in combat operations, so far away from family, emotionally, that was the most difficult part, especially being a female deployed in an environment where you're with NATO, the ratio of male to female is completely different. So emotionally, that was a little difficult for my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, to understand and to trust that everything was good in our relationship.
When I joined the Army, I entered as my MOS, or military occupational skill, was a 68 Juliet, which is a medical logistics technician. One of my assignments, I was frequently in Iraq and Afghanistan. In the Army, if I failed to do my job, what is at stake is potentially, at the extreme form, someone's life.
I was at a small base camp called Camp Span, and I was the base defense operations officer in charge, and that included 24 hours operation of all security forces, inbound and outbound traffic. If I didn't do my job leading base defense operations, we'd have a vulnerability within the perimeters. It would be easy for the enemy to find a way in and attack us from outside.
The importance of a corpsman in the field in battle is it's basically the platoon's or the unit's only advocate for healthcare. If a Marine takes a bullet, the corpsman's the one who's going to save him or her. If you don't know your job in general in the military, people can die.
Because in the military, you're so used to having selfless service. You're so used to serving others. You're so used to the main mission that everybody in your unit is focused on doing, that when you transition to the civilian world, you forget to think about yourself.
Where we are looking out and trying to understand as they come into the civilian world, what are they looking for? How is that transition been for them? Understanding, creating more opportunities for them, getting them more access to education if they need to, getting them more access to other skills that they might need to build upon as they transition into it.
Former service members of all branches that I've seen who are thriving, striving beyond the military, they were planning well before they transitioned.
I think the best advice I could give a veteran transitioning out of the military into the business world today is to be highly educated on the various processes to do that. Karl Storz started an employee resource group this year known as BRAVE, the acronym Business Resource Advocates for Veterans Employees. So we are not only looking out for our own within the organization, but we're now casting a wider net out into the employment field to try to find veterans to come into the organization. These men and women have exceptional leadership skills, they have exceptional teamwork, they have exceptional, just grit and grace to help us drive our business.
I can't think of any other place I'd rather be. Since in the year that I've been here, I don't see myself going anywhere else. I see my second retirement from here at Karl Storz. I would tell a vet who's transitioning from the military, looking for employment, that Karl Storz is a great opportunity, a great company to work for. But the diversity, quality, and inclusion, that was a big thing for me, and Karl Storz is a champion of that.
We have core values of, for example, courage, respect, integrity, self-reflection, and continuous improvement. I think all these things are things that you have in the military as well. It's a logical step for a military person seeking a civilian career to come in and plug in here at Karl Storz.
I absolutely love what I do for Karl Storz, and I think if you ask me what I would want to be or what I would want to do with Karl Storz for the next 5 years, I would be completely happy doing exactly what I'm doing now.
If you are a veteran looking to work at Karl Storz, the first thing I would say to you is you have found a home.
Messer is a leader in the industrial, medical, electronics, and specialty gases industry. Their employees, many of whom are veterans, take pride in the impact that they make by providing solutions essential to our world and our lives. It's an inclusive company with diverse opportunities in a growing industry supported by people who care. We're headed to New Jersey right now to learn a little bit more.
I'm George Kenyon. I enlisted in the Navy in 1983 in the Delayed Entry Program. I got an ROTC scholarship, got my commission in '88, served on 3 different submarines on active duty.
I'm Harry Jenkins, and I was in the Army for 10 years. Currently here at Messer, I'm a driver and a driver trainer, and I'm part of the SORT team.
My name is Soo Jung. I'm Senior Manager of Area Transport, Northeast US and Canada. I've been in Messer for 11 years. I have served 12 years in the active duty military as Army Intelligence Officer until I joined Messer in December of 2012.
The story of Messer goes far beyond the industrial, medical, electronics, and specialty gases and solutions we deliver. For 125 years, our team has provided innovative, technology-driven solutions that unlock opportunities for our customers to be safer, more productive, and more sustainable. We put the fizz in your beverages and provide the nitrogen used to preserve your favorite comfort foods like pizza, sliders, and wings. Our company also delivers life-saving medical gases, including oxygen and helium for MRIs. Have you seen the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Messer provides the helium that helps the balloons soar the skies on Thanksgiving morning.
At Messer, we have a veterans inclusion community. What that is veterans that self-identify, that want to become part of our team. Our mission is to welcome veterans to Messer. So when somebody's hired on at Messer that identifies as a veteran, get notified, and then we assign a running mate, somebody with a similar background.
Messer is a great place to start your second career coming out of the military. You get a lot of home time, you get to spend a lot of time with your family, and you get to spend a lot of time here at Messer, but they have good opportunities for you here to make sure you can support your family. This is the best job I ever had.
Messer does not just support the military with lip service. I learned in the military that oftentimes how we are set up is often more important to the result of the success as opposed to the actual performance itself. Messer has structure and process in place, both operationally and administratively, where reservists many of them, like myself, could go do their duties and still there would be minimal expense of the company.
Messer has a number of production sites spread out throughout the United States. It's very decentralized, and the local leadership that military veterans bring to our company is critical. It really helps us with the accountability we have in our safety culture that we're building here at Messer, and the discipline and the operational excellence that comes along with what they've learned in the military is very, very helpful.
Personally vouch to all veterans that from executive leadership to all of my colleagues, the support for the military and the pro-veterans, the culture that we have, I think those two factors kind of feed each other. It makes it very robust and safe for all the reservists who could both serve as a Messer family and as a member of United States Armed Forces.
Great to see that after sacrificing so much to their military service, today's veterans have found careers where they've been able to shine. I'm Montel Williams. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Military Makeover, Operation Career. We'll see you next time.